Although a marketing manager can mean different things in different organizations, generally the responsibilities and roles it does is pretty similar across different organizations. In this video, I go through 5 skills that every marketing manager should have. So if you're working towards that or you currently are a marketing manager, take a look at if you have these skills or if you need to improve on any of these. So let's get straight into the video and hopefully it's interesting to you. It's ironic that a marketing manager needs to do this because then you'd be asking, oh, why shouldn't I just go in accounting or finance? However, budgeting is a very big part of being a marketing manager. You're managing a budget, could be big or small, and you need to divvy up that budget into different tactics from the top of funnel to bottom funnel tactics. And you need to learn how to do this efficiently and quickly, especially with a lot of companies running quarterly budgets. Some do run annual, but generally a lot of the times you need to be running budgeting quite often, to be honest. So learning how to budget efficiently as a marketing manager will be basically a very big part of your job. So if you are looking to become a marketing manager, you need to start looking at that as one big part of your skill set. Stakeholder management is a huge part of being a marketing manager. Some marketing managers in smaller companies have the direct relationship with a CEO, especially in a smaller startup or maybe a smaller company. In larger companies, you might be the direct relationship with some of the senior directors or vice presidents within the sales organizations or operations management, for example. But either way, you're going to be managing a huge array of stakeholders, from external, internal, your partners. So a lot of the times you are the middle connector. You are pretty much a project manager if you want to look at it from that level, with all these stakeholders. And learning how to manage each one is a lot different to the next. If you're managing, for example, if you're talking to a VP, it's a lot different to how you would talk to maybe a junior employee or someone under you. So generally learning how to deal with stakeholders will be a big part of it. I remember getting some pretty good advice from a senior vice president when I was presenting to him. He was pretty honest with me and he was like, the presentation is great, however, you're presenting to a senior VP, not a junior employee, so don't go straight too much into the details. Tell me the high level because that's pretty much what I need to know, and you don't need to tell me how many website visitors we're getting and stuff like that. And that was a pretty big eye opener for me because when I was presenting like the granular details. And I thought it'd be interesting, but to him, he's like, I don't need to know that, right? So learning how to stakeholder management is really important, especially knowing what and how and what you basically need to present or talk to different stakeholders. The first skill is ironically not a skill. It's kind of like being a jack of all trades. A marketing manager will have good knowledge across the marketing ecosystem, and you're kind of being the glue, as I mentioned, to communicate different types of marketing tactics you're running to different stakeholders, for example. If you're a marketing specialist looking to become a marketing manager, I recommend taking on different projects across what you're currently doing. If you're on Google Ads, maybe start doing Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, social media, or any other campaign you could think of. It's really good to start getting that kind of holistic approach, or kind of like a more wider view of marketing. It's what people say, kind of like a T-shaped marketer. I'm just saying jack of all trades because it's a bit more understandable. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, either way, being a jack of all trades is a really important skill as a marketing manager. You tend to become the person that people come to for questions. So giving an answer or knowing at least some kind of high-level answer will be important. You don't necessarily even need to learn how to do something. For example, I can probably explain to you exactly how a LinkedIn campaign works, but I probably wouldn't know how to execute one, at least to a very high level or very good level. I could probably go in there and do something. However, I have a good enough knowledge that if someone does ask a question, I can probably explain to them how it works end to end. So that's pretty much the amount of knowledge you need to know across different types of tactics. So yeah, being jack of all trades is really important. As a marketing manager, you're kind of at a senior level enough that you're probably going to start be benchmarked on harder KPIs. Maybe in the beginning of your career, you might not be as hard on your KPIs. People will definitely be more relaxed on it. But as you grow and become more senior, people are going to be relying on you more and you're going to be benchmarked on KPIs. For me, for example, I'm benchmarked on lead gen, and pipeline growth. However, every industry will be different. That's just personally how I'm benchmarked. So in my opinion, it's definitely learning how to take the heat. As you grow on a senior level, you're going to be taking more heat and KPIs will be a big part of that. So definitely learning how to do that is going to be really important. like as everyone would say, this is why a lot of C-level execs and stuff have so much pressure, because their KPIs are massive, right? So many people are looking at their KPIs, but a marketing manager will still have decent KPIs that you still need to be pretty hard on and do well on. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And the last thing is presentation skills. It's kind of funny because you might not think about it, but a lot of the times marketing managers will be presenting. You're presenting pretty much every week to different stakeholders on different things. And so learning how to present well is going to be really important. Learning how to shape your presentations is going to be really important. As I mentioned before in my kind of earlier point, being able to understand which stakeholder you're presenting to is going to be really important, because your presentation will need to be tailored towards who you're looking at, right? If you're doing a presentation to a very high-level member or like high-level member of your company, you'll probably need to tailor it. So, oh shit, there's a lizard there. You probably need to tailor it to them versus someone who might be a bit more junior or someone at your same lateral level. You might be then showing more details, for example, that they might be interested in. If you're presenting to an ops person, you might need to show stuff that's more relevant to them. So yeah, it's very different to every person. So yeah, definitely presentation skills will be a big part of becoming a good marketing manager. So definitely start learning how to do that. I recommend some really good, awesome videos out there on YouTube already. I'm going to link some and probably down below. Definitely check them out. You probably need to definitely get those skills up if you don't have them already. And that is it. 5 skills you need to become a good marketing manager. So hopefully this video is interesting. Hopefully you learned something. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, or leave a comment below and tell me what video you want to see next. I'm going to be churning out videos in 2022. I did definitely take a big break in 2021, but hopefully that's okay. Everyone needs a bit of a mental reset, and hopefully you do too sometimes. So yeah, I'll see you next time.